Please enter your meeting ID followed by the pound or hash sign. Please wait. Please enter the reference number. Please wait while we prepare your files. Press 6 to fast forward for 1 minute. Press 4 to rewind for 1 minute. Press 5 to pause or resume.
And JC, Fish, Ms. Dre, if you want to go ahead and get us started, we'd appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. Hello. This is JCR. The reason I'm here is to kind of speak to you a little bit about what's going on. We are trying to go ahead and have an early exchange. Excuse my soreness. Been under a little bit of a cold. But basically, the UST has gotten in contact with me and has requested that I start a group, which is the name is JCR Group, simple to remember, so that we could go ahead and facilitate early exchanges, private placement, if you would, with our people, due to the fact that it is convenient for the UST to do that and start filtering out some of the groups that have been waiting for the exchange, and they thought highly of us to have us participate in this. Some of the paperwork that I received late last night, I have gone through it. I do know that 99%, if not all of you, should have copies of that. This is paperwork that has been going through other groups that have been sanctioned by the UST as well, and to make sure that there was a clear understanding of what we're doing. I've invited several people to come on this conference call to be able to give you, number one, say hello to you, number two, give you a clear understanding of what has to be filled out and why it's being done that way. All right. At the end, I will go ahead and give you guys some more additional information that pertains directly to your exchange. So this is the time for you to pay close attention to what's going to be discussed. Take notes, and if you have any questions, then address it to the appropriate person at the after they introduce themselves and go over everything. Again, this is for you to be able to have an early exchange, and that's what we have all been looking for. So let's make good use of the time. The first person that I have honor of introducing is actually Dre, who is UST interface personnel. She's part of the group that's working with the UST, within the UST, to get our paperwork in in a timely fashion and correctly, so we will get paid. Right?
Good afternoon. I want to say thank you to each of you. Leah, Trent, y'all's paperwork is absolutely perfect. And I think we'll first discuss the paperwork, if that's okay. I have filled out a sample template for reference, and I believe you mostly have that in hand. The one thing that I'm seeing consistently in the paperwork is page 4, and the non-disclosure is being left blank. There are 4 lines there for participants that need to be completed. And if you turned in your papers and you did not send in page 4 completed, don't send in all your paperwork again. Send only that page, and I'll put it into the PDF. Another thing I'd like to say is I really appreciate the spirit of this group. JCR, Leah, Trent, some of y'all are really giving a hand up to your associates in the group so that the paperwork is coming in quickly. The first page of the document.
No, great. Wait a moment, please, before we go into that the details. Let's go ahead and introduce a couple of other people that we have on the phone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you wanted me to talk. Okay.
No. You will. I want you to go ahead and go over everything. But
okay.
Let's introduce a couple of other people first, and then we'll get right back to you. Okay?
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Okay. The other person that we have over here is actually Fish. He is intricate part right now of getting this done because he has actually gone through a lot of this paperwork with his group, and he'll be able to go ahead and guide us as well. Fish?
Okay, you hear me? We hear you. Okay. Yeah, we got permission to let JCR get this together, and I'm very fortunate and glad to work with JCR. He's a great individual, an honorable man, and I feel lucky that they were able to come to an agreement to get him in and the people under him to be associated with this private placement group. And the private placement group is plain and simple. Nobody will give up their currency to anyone. Nobody's currency will ever leave their hand until they're in front of the bank representative and the UST people. At that point in time, when your currency is counted and you agree to it, you'll be given a receipt. And at that point in time, you go to the paymaster, which is the same paymaster as the Admiral Group. We will actually, at that point in time, be set to put our money in any bank account we want it in. And if we have a bank account at that particular bank, which JCR will explain later, it'll be a ledger-to-ledger transfer, and your money will be available, if not immediately, just like a regular deposit at any bank. No one will ever touch your money or have access to your money, period, except you and the paymaster. And that's as safe as it can be. Okay. And the banker.
All right, Fisher, we're going to go ahead and go over why
Who are these clowns?
some of the paperwork actually has a different person's name on it.
The attorney in fact for this entire deal, ours and yours, is Mark Mearsman. The attorney in fact is the person that works directly with the paymaster, and that person is vetted heavily through all the protocols to make sure that person is honest and forthcoming, and Mark passes all of those. The choice we have here is he will see after that all of us are safe and all of us take care of our business correctly. And if there's anything wrong with your paperwork or anything that's not agreed upon at exchange, he is there to get that worked out and see after it. And that's particularly the job of the attorney in fact. He doesn't touch your money. He doesn't count your money. He doesn't receive your money. No one will be asked, period, ever in this deal to hand your currency to anyone except for the UST and in front of the banker. And other than that, this deal is just, it's like a business transaction. There's no hidden fees, no this, no that. When you get your deposit slip that's exactly the money that belongs to you 100% to do as you wish with it. And also, during the transaction, if someone gets there to the transaction spot and they're not comfortable with what's going on or they change their mind, you're welcome to get up and leave. No one is forcing anyone to do this, but this is an opportunity afforded to very few people, and it's a business transaction. It's professionally handled, and it's as simple as that.
Thank you. Thank you. Who else are you? I understand we have another person you brought with you.
Yeah, somebody that's very familiar with a lot of your people is Lisa, Reality Woman, a former TNT member also. Lisa helped with this paperwork and can answer a lot of questions to people that have questions, and she's very good on this paperwork and knows it inside and out. And she'll also vouch that she knows without a doubt 100% that everything we're doing here is legit, above board, and no tricks, no nothing. It's just an honest deal for people to have a chance to get in.
Oh, good.
Hi, everyone. This is Reality, Lisa. I agree with everything that Fish says.
Okay. Well, welcome. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and turn this back over to Dre? I'm sure that a lot of people want to go ahead and go over the paperwork, so let's not take too much more time. Let's get to it. Dre?
Okay, thank y'all again. And I think if you have the papers in front of you that are the templates or the papers that you received, we'll start with the cover sheet, which is fairly self-explanatory. For Iraqi dinar, we are accepting not only the new edition, but the old three-horse editions as well. So there's Series 2003 for the new, 1978 for the older, 1932, Swiss variety, and some other print editions. So for each of the series, just write how much currency you have for each of them. You don't have to break your dinar down by denominations. Just put one number. Some have various denominations, and it doesn't matter. Vietnamese dong series really doesn't apply. Those are all the polymer documents that we've all bought. Simply put the amount. Under the Zimbabwe currency, I believe that's going to be 2008 edition. So really just focus on the amount of those $100 trillion notes that you have. And if you have a problem doing that high math, because I know I did, you can put that you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 of 100 key notes, and that will be very sufficient. We'll take it from there. The Afghani currency, there's like P50 1991 or P61 2003. You can put your series and the amount. The same for the rupiah. And the cover sheet is used primarily to get the amount of currency that you have in the accounting structure so that we have allocated funds for those documents, for those currencies. So if you don't know your series numbers or have a problem with that, don't worry about it. Just put the amount of currency that you have, okay? Because we're going to have your receipts with the provenance. The next document that I'll cover is the currency owner information. And this is also called a CIS, or Client Information Sheet. That's used for all large transactions, commodity transactions, currency transactions. It's an industry standard. If you purchase your currency as a corporate entity, you'll complete the corporate entity section. And if you didn't, just leave that blank. The remainder of it, on page 1 is fairly self-explanatory. When you get to the passport section, if you don't have a passport, what we'd like for you to do is list your state and your driver's license number and list the date of issue and date of expiration for that driver's license. The next page is the passport page. On that page, you will put a copy of your passport, whether current or expired. And if you have no passport, put a copy of your driver's license on that page. And I do want to let y'all know that everybody who's come in the paperwork so far has used the driver's license. There's going to be, the driver's license is just as valid as the passport. We just simply are not allowed to modify documents provided and sent forth by the U.S. Treasury. That's why we're having a call to give these instructions. The next page on the CIS says that you put your attorney-in-fact appointment letter in this page, and I'll discuss that letter in just a moment, but this is where that is inserted in the PDF. Joey, somebody? The next page
We're still with you, Ms. Stray. Don't worry.
Okay. The next page, oops, a bunch of trash in the road in front of me. The next page in the CIS is the SKR. Now, this does not apply to us because banks in the United States will not take a currency and give an SKR in exchange for the currency. This only applies to people who are outside of the United States, and the U.S. Treasury is gracious enough to even assist people outside of the United States as well, for which we are thankful. Page 5 of the CIS is the provenance document section. Provenance is a fancy word that was primarily used for artwork to display the history of the ownership of a Michelangelo or a Degas or some fancy painting. But we use it for currency, for gold bullion as well. So this is where you put a copy of all of your receipts, your gift letters, so forth and so on. Now, don't be discouraged if you have a lot of those documents. We have one submission that had 51 pages. It's better to be very complete and precise and include all of your receipts, and we very much appreciate attention to that detail. The next document I'll go to address is the attorney-in-fact. I'm only going to discuss the mechanics of completing the document and not the purpose of the document. I will complete the discussion of paperwork, and then we'll turn it back over to Fish for discussion as to why we do some of these papers. The attorney-in-fact, page 1.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I didn't know if I would.
Yeah, you're okay.
All right, great. On the attorney-in-fact document, that's a 2-page document. It's very straightforward. On paragraph 1, you'll write your name. And, oh, by the way, handwriting is fine. You are welcome to print these documents off on your printer. You can either print or write in cursive, whatever's most comfortable for you. Write your name, your address, your town, your state, and your zip code in the first paragraph. Turning to page 2 of that document, you'll sign it and date it. 11th day, April 2015, if you do it today. Put your signature in blue ink. I basically recommend that you find a blue ink pen or fountain pen and complete all of your handwriting in blue. and beside your name, that's where you put your thumbprint. There's absolutely no requirement to notarize this document. A lot of people value their privacy, and we do too. All of us just did our blue thumbprints, and we didn't take it to our church to get notarized or anything. Nobody else did. So that's the mechanics of the attorney-in-fact. And now we'll move to the confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement. This document is just saved as an NDA if you're looking for it in your file. There's no action to take on page 1, page 2, or page 3 other than to read the document so that you know what you're signing. On page 4, the exchange facilitator will fill out the exchange facilitator portion, and that will be given back to you probably at time of the exchange. Fish can verify that. The participant page, this is the page that has been missing from a lot of documents that we're bringing in. On page 4, fill out your name, either your passport or your driver's license if you don't have a passport, your address, telephone number, fax number if it's applicable. I don't know anybody who uses a fax anymore, and your email address. That's all you got to do. The last page of the confidentiality or NDA, non-disclosure, you will sign your name as participant with your fingerprint and the date. And the exchange attorney-in-fact, Mark Mearsma, will countersign this document and return it to you at the appropriate time. And the final document for U.S. citizens is the W-9. And I think we've all had to fill out enough of those in our lives, so it's self-explanatory. But this is a record for purposes of tracking the money that we've received this month. Are there any questions on the mechanics of filling out the documents at this time?
Where do we get a blue fingerprint?
Well, I went first to Hobby Lobby, and in their scrapbook section, I don't know if any of y'all scrapbook, but beside the scrapbooking, there's card-making sections, and I didn't find a blue one, but I went to Walmart, and Walmart had a stamp pad like 6 colors for $1.49. So I would recommend Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Garden Ridge. Walmart's probably the best go-to place. They seem to have some everything. Oh, Target. Target would also be a place that would have something like that. Now, the first time I ever did a fingerprint, what I did, I busted up a blue ink pen and made a mess with the ink and stuck my fingerprint in it and made a fingerprint that way. I have done that. But that's probably a little more creative than you have to be.
I have a question about attorney-in-fact. If I'm going to provide...
Now, okay, one moment, please. We're only talking about the mechanics of filling out the documents. We're not talking about why we do the documents. Okay. I'm going to pass it off to Fish in just a second. Does anybody else have a question about what you put in any of the blanks at all?
Yes, I have a question about the blueprint.
I have a question.
Okay.
Concerning the address.
This address should be the address that matches your driver's license. I would guess, Fish, is that accurate?
Well, my street address is. Do you want physical or mailing address?
It needs to be your physical address and can't be a P.O. box.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have a question about the difference about the driver's license.
I missed that question. Could you repeat it, please?
What if you have moved and your physical address is different than the address on your driver's license.
That's
Use
okay.
your current physical address. In all cases, use your current physical address. And from past experience, I knew, be sure that you go to the internet and fill out that driver's license thing so you don't get a ticket. They'll mail it to you.
I have a question.
If it's a husband and wife, does just the husband fill out the information so it only has one person on it, or both the husband and wife?
If you're both on
I'm going to let you
the
take it.
if you're both on the currency and y'all are going in together, you need to fill out 2 sets of documents.
But only one set of Providence then, right?
Correct.
I have a question.
Okay.
What if you don't have mail coming to your house and you have a P.O. box?
You have to use a physical address. It doesn't matter where your mail comes to, it's where you reside at.
They're not going to mail you. You're not going to have anything physically mailed to you. This is going to be happening way quicker than that.
I have a question, please.
Yes.
What if you I own currency with my fiance? We're not married.
That's it.
Hi, Johnny.
If you don't have to be married, if you're going in and y'all are splitting it, both of you have to fill out the documents.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
I have a question about the fingerprint. I have a question about fingerprint.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, sorry. The blue fingerprint, I thank you for the information about the color stamp and everything. Which document does that blue fingerprint go on, please?
Okay, we sent a sample out. You're going to have to fingerprint everywhere you sign your name except for the W-9. So you're going to be fingerprinting your attorney-in-fact and the NBA.
Okay, can we have that notarized? Can we have to use notary in...
Notary is not required. Fingerprint is.
But can we use a notary in lieu of using a thumbprint?
Yes.
Yes.
In both locations?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question about the passport.
Okay.
If my passport is at a previous address, but my driver's license is now at my current address, do I use both, or do I just use my driver's license?
Either one or both, it's up to you.
Okay, because the passport is not, of course, where I live presently. Another question is, can you confirm that we do not need to notarize this if we have a blue thumbprint?
Yes, we absolutely confirm. This does not have to be notarized. And I was that person in the classroom. I used the passport and the driver's license also. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, next question.
I have a question.
Okay.
How do we get all of this back to you, and it be a blue pen and a blue fingerprint?
You scan it. You might have to take it. Some people don't have scanning capabilities. So if you print it all out, fill it out in color, take it to Office Depot, Kinko, somewhere like that, you can have them scan it for you in color, and they will also email it at that point in time.
I see. Okay.
I have a question about the receipts. Page 4 of 5 on the confidential form. The name of the exchange facilitator and the address, telephone, and you can give that info.
Leave that blank. That will be filled out to return to you.
Okay.
The reason is we submit, as holders of currency, we submit our files for acceptance. When we're accepted, the documents are countersigned and sent back to you, either by email or at time of the exchange, depending on how quickly we get the documents from them.